Next is the heat detector. Heat detectors is a very important device which senses the heat in case of fire and gives the signal to the fire alarm panel. Then fire alarm panel convert this signal into the command and activates the different types of systems which connected to the fire alarm system. So we need to understand how to install the heat detectors in a fire alarm system. So this is what I have taken the heat detectors and installed on each 5-meter distance. So, from here I will take the 5 meters distance and install the heat detector like this. From here, firstly take 2.5 meters. From here, let us take 2.5 meter, like this, and install the heat detectors on every 5 meter distance. So it can be sense the heat at each area. So I'm installing the heat detector on every 5 meter distance, like this, and copy this heat detector on each 5 meter distance. So here, I'm copying this heat detector device on each 5 meter distance, like this. Try to match as per. Try to match to keep your heat detector and smoke detector as per the ceiling, and try to keep the 5 meter distance between each heat detectors. So this is I have tried and gives the smoke detectors and heat detectors on each 5 meters and 7 meters distance respectively. I have put the smoke detectors on 7 meter distance, whereas I have put the heat detector on 5 meter distance as per the NFPA. So this is what I've tried to keep the smoke detectors and heat detectors on given area. So I have put all the smoke detectors and heat detectors accordingly. Try to maintain the 5 meter distance between the heat detectors like this. Now I will go to the cabin and put each cabin the heat detectors like this. Try to keep as per the false ceiling, the smoke detector and heat detectors like this, so it can be seen in an accurate position like this. So each cabin requires smoke detector and heat detectors like this. In each cabin, compressor room, H room, everything we required. The smoke detectors and heat detectors, mail room, H room, like this. I'm keeping aesthetically the smoke detectors and heat detectors. And at the same time, I need to maintain the 5 meter distance for the smoke detectors, like this. Try to keep 5 meter distance and try to keep the aesthetically in a good position. So what I'm doing, I'm just keeping these head detectors accordingly in each cabin and every 5 meter distance. Need not to maintain the 5 meter distance into the cabin, because each cabin requires smoke and heat detectors, so irrespective with the distance, try to give each heat detector into each cabin. But if there is an open area, try to maintain the distance between two heat detectors, that is 5-meter distance. So I'm maintaining over here in an open area. There is a 5-meter distance, like this. And keep these heat detectors and smoke detectors on an open area on each 5-meter distance, like this. I have just now put the heat detectors and the smoke detectors and try to maintain as per the aesthetically. So here it is, I'm adjusting the smoke detectors and heat detectors as per aesthetic look. Here, I'm trying to maintain the aesthetic look for the smoke detector and the heat detectors. So, here I somehow try to install the heat detectors on smoke detectors aesthetically. So, here it is, smoke detector on each 5-meter distance. So I have put like this, 5-meter distance, center to center, 5-meter distance, and keep it like this. Here it is. On each 5-meter distance, as well as start from the 2.5-meter distance, so that your each smoke and heat detectors will look good aesthetically. Try to maintain the 5-meter distance like this. Try to maintain the 5-meter distance on each heat detectors. If it is not coming into the 5-meter range, try to keep aesthetically like this, because it is into the range. So I have installed the smoke detectors and heat detectors accordingly. So this is the way to install the heat detectors and the smoke detectors into the area, the required area.